All right, hello students, and welcome back for another linking lesson. Once again, I'm Miss Jai, and today's linking lesson is lesson 5, portion distortion, okay? And today we are going to be talking about how portion sizes relate to total fat and calories for the day. By the end of this lesson, my goal is for you guys to have knowledge about the relationship between fat and calories in fast foods, also to increase your awareness about fat and calories in fast foods, and hopefully you all will be able to have a better understanding of how to choose moderate portions when ordering at fast food restaurants, okay? And so we want to help you understand the amounts of typical fast foods portions and how they can be modified to lower the fat and the calories provided, okay? And remember that our lessons are always brought to you by the Detroit Healthy Youth Initiative Program and Wayne State University, okay? So let's get started. Can move. All right. So let's take a step back and kind of think about why is it important for us to discuss moderate portions. And we can do so by starting with some facts, okay? And so I want you all to know, if you did not know, is that Americans are the heaviest of people in developed countries, okay? The U.S. Surgeon General has called obesity a national epidemic. So not only are we in a pandemic, we are still dealing with a national epidemic of people being extremely overweight, okay? So the number of overweight people in the world, 1.1 billion, now equals the same number of undernourished people. So however many, the number of people that are overweight in the world right now, which is about 1.1 billion, is now equal to about the same number of people who are undernourished or who are starving in the world, okay? And so consuming, and we also want you to know that consuming an extra 100 calories daily for a year without using them up, so that means without any physical activity, you can lead to a weight gain of 10 pounds. So if you eat an extra 100 calories a day for a year without any exercise, you will gain, it's more than likely you'll gain at least 10 pounds, okay? Okie dokie. Oh, and one more thing, about 60% of Americans are overweight, just to throw that back out there. All right, so take a look at our poster here. What do you think the theme of our poster is? Anybody? So the theme of our poster is fast food portions can be high in fat and in calories, okay? And so with this, let me share a few more facts with you if you want to write these down. So first one, every gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. And I'll say that again. If you want to write that down, every gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. Number 2, every gram of carbohydrate is equal to 4 calories. And I'll say that one more time. Every gram of carbohydrate is equal to 4 calories. Okay, so every gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. Every gram of carbohydrate is equal to 4 calories, okay? And this may not seem like much, but when you think about how many calories, how much carbohydrates and fat people need daily, this can really add up really fast, okay? So you guys know I love stories, so let me tell you about a story. Let me tell you a story about a boy. His name is Chris, okay? And Chris was hungry after school and had his mom stop at his favorite fast food restaurant. On the way, he ordered a large double cheeseburger combo. His meal came with 2 quarter-pound cheese patties with lettuce and tomato. He also had a large fry in his combo. He used about 3/4 cups of ketchup, and he had a large 24-ounce pop, okay? And so the total calories in Chris's large combo meal came to 1,655 calories. And then the total fat in his meal came to 53 grams of fat, okay? Right. That's pretty, so nice health, well, I'm not gonna say healthy, hefty after school snack. So before we continue to go with our story, I want you to remember that an average person's total calorie need is of about 2,000 calories, right? And of course, if you're active, it's more. But thinking about that, are you kind of surprised by the numbers and the fat, the number of calories and fat that's in Chris's after school meal? I know I am. But we want to keep this in mind because this is, we want to also keep this in mind is that this is not the only meal he eats today or that he ate today. Chris had breakfast before school. He also had lunch in school. And then he still plans on eating dinner, which means that he probably has surpassed the 2,000 calorie mark already. Okay. So with that being said, and thinking about all that information that we have, what could our friend Chris have done differently, right? In what ways could Chris have modified his order to lower the fat and the calories in his meal? Okay, I want you guys to think about everything that we're already talking about, and just thinking about the things that I said that he ordered, and think about some ways, and jot down some ways that Chris could have modified his order. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 60 seconds, and then after that we'll discuss. Okay, ready? And go ahead. Okay, so hope that was more than that should have been more than enough time. But if you're still writing, go ahead. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and discuss. Alrighty. So my question was, in what ways could Chris have modified his order to lower the fat and calories in his meal? And remember what I said, Chris was hungry after school, so he stopped at his favorite fast food restaurant. He ordered a large cheeseburger combo, double cheeseburger combo meal, right? So like I said, he had 2 quarter patties on there, cheese, he had lettuce, tomato. He also had a large fry. He had used 3/4 cups of ketchup, and he had a large 24-ounce pop. Okay, and so his total calorie count was 1655 calories, um, and also 53 grams of fat. Okay, so like I said, we're trying to figure out what could he have done differently. Okay, so let's see, what could he have done differently? All right, so first thing he could have done differently, instead of a double cheeseburger with 2 quarter-pound patties, Chris could have ordered a single burger with just a quarter pound, with just 1 patty on there. Instead of having 2 quarter patties, he only got 1 quarter patty, right? What else could he have done? So, of course, instead of a large fry, Chris could have ordered a what? Small fry, right? Something so simple. Instead of using 3/4 cups of ketchup, Chris could have just used 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Okay. And instead of a 24-ounce pop, Chris could have ordered a 12-ounce pop, or he could have just ordered water. Could have just got a cup of water. Okay. And so we would have did these modifications, or if Chris would have modified his order, it would have saved him 20 grams of fat and over 600 calories. Okay, and so with these modifications, Chris's new meal would have only been 685 calories and 33 grams of fat. Okay, that is a huge change. So that these are things that you guys could do when you go to your favorite fast food restaurants, if you decide to go. you can always modify. And if you thought of other ways Chris could have prevented portion overload, some other things that you probably thought about, maybe sharing his meal with someone, maybe his mom or his friend, or even increasing his physical activity to burn it off. Okay, if you thought about those other things, you would also be correct. Those are some other ways that he could have kind of done something different to prevent portion overload. Okay. All right. And so moving on, the point of this is that bigger isn't always better. Okay. A good deal isn't necessarily the most food for your money. Okay. We want to make sure that we're being mindful of the phrases that are included on the menus that indicate a surplus of excess. Okay. You want to be mindful of these words like combo and jumbo, supersize. I know everybody's heard of all you can eat or supreme, ultimate, king size, let me get a deluxe, value meal, or even biggie. Okay. Just keeping those things in mind to remember that these different phrases indicate that there are going to be excess food. Okay. All right, so moving forward, it can be challenging to give much fiber when we decide to eat fast foods, right? This is true because fast foods are low in the 3 types of foods that have the most fiber, which is whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. So with that being said, what are some behavioral changes that we can make when we actually go to fast food restaurants? So some things that we can do, we can inquire about the nutrition information. People forget about this, but this is something that is really true. All fast food restaurants have nutrition information for the foods that they serve. So you can ask an employee or a manager, whoever's there, if you can look at their brochure, and you'll be able to find foods that you like that actually come in smaller portions or that are lower in calories and in fat. And then you can also just choose a healthier side option. Many fast food restaurants offer healthy sides offer healthier sides besides fries, like apple slices, but baby carrots and yogurt. Okay, and so by choosing a healthier side option, you are overall lowering the total fat and content. I was gonna say fat content, the fat and the calories in your meal. Okay. And so knowing now how fat and calories can add up quickly when you overload on, or when we overload on our portions, let's now take a look at some of the other foods that are high in fat and calories that we may consume on a daily basis. Okay. I want you guys to remember that the amount of food that we are served is often way much more than than actual one serving. Okay. And we're going to go through some of those foods. So everyday access or excess, you got buttered popcorn, right? Now, what we're usually served when we eat popcorn, we usually serve a jumbo popcorn is about 30 cups, okay? And of course, I put unbuttered, but some jumbo popcorn that we're served is about 30 cups. And as I said before, it's unbuttered. That is 1,650 calories and 93 grams of fat. Now, I put a star next to it because if we were to add 6 tablespoons of butter, that will also add 610 calories to our calorie count already, and it'll also add 69 grams of fat just by adding 6 tablespoons of butter. Right now, what is actually one serving of popcorn is actually 3 cups of popcorn. Okay, and that is equal to 165 calories and 9 grams of fat. And think about it, this is unbuttered as well, but if we were to add 6 tablespoons of butter, that will add 610 calories and 69 grams of fat. And that's still less than what we're technically served and what we eat. Okay. All right. Next one is a bagel. Some of us, we like bagels. What we're usually served when we eat a bagel or when we go to a bagel place, we're usually served a large 4-ounce bagel, which is 320 calories and 3 grams of fat. And of course, that's the plain bagel. Now, if we add only 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, we're adding 100 calories and 10 grams of fat to our meal off already. Okay. Now, what's considered one serving is 1.5 ounces of a bagel, and that is 120 calories and 1 gram of fat. And as I said before, if we still add, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese to our one serving, we're still coming out less calories and fat with what we're usually served, okay? Next, we got a soda pop. Now, what we're usually served, and Chris was served this when he went after school, it was a 24-ounce soda pop, right? Which is 310 calories and 0 grams of fat. What is considered one serving is 12 ounces of soda pop, which is 155 calories and 0 grams of fat. So basically half of that, okay? It's about half. All right, so next is the tortilla chips. Now, we're usually served about 40 tortilla chips, or we usually eat about 40 tortilla chips, which is 400 calories and 20 grams of fat. What's considered one serving is only 10 tortilla chips, and that is equal to 100 calories and 5 grams of fat. Okay, and next we have cookies. Now, what we're usually served is 5 ounces of chocolate chip cookies, and that's 700 calories and 20 grams of fat. But one serving, however, is 1 ounce chocolate chip cookie, which is 140 calories and 4 grams of fat, okay? And then for pizza, what we usually served, or what we usually eat, is 4 slices off of a 14-inch pizza, which is cut into 12 slices, right? And that's 920 calories with 36 grams of fat. Now, one serving, or what we should be eating, which is 1 serving, is only 2 slices, so half of that. So 2 slices, which is 460 calories and 18 grams of fat. Okay? Do we kind of see that? All right, so what can we learn from now knowing that we are often served more than 1 portion, okay? And if you don't take anything else from this everyday excess, you should take that we should always measure up our portions, okay? But how do we do this without carrying a measuring cup around? Well, we can think of or compare everyday items, everyday items or everyday objects that can give us a good estimate of a single serving size, okay? And as you can see, our poster, and I have some up here of some very good everyday examples, some everyday items that we can measure up. Okay, so of course we got a tennis ball, and one tennis ball is equal to about 1 medium piece of fruit. Okay, so if you're looking for one serving of a piece of fruit, think about a tennis ball, or how if you have a tennis ball around, you can kind of measure that. Also, if you're just looking for 1 teaspoon of anything, know that a quarter is equal to a teaspoon, okay? Also, a deck of cards is equal to 1 serving of fruit. So if you're cutting up the fruit, let's say you're cutting up, some strawberries, or you're cutting up a melon or something, a deck of cards is equal to 1 serving of that, okay? Also, you have a cup of raw vegetables is equal to 1 light bulb, okay? And then 1 bagel or roll is equal to the circumference of, the circumference of a can of tuna, okay? So these are just some things to kind of think about when you're at home, or if you're out and about and you see something and you're trying to figure out if it's the right measurement. These are just some everyday things that you can kind of put them up against and see if it's at least 1 serving or not, okay? Okay, so now that we're coming to a close, I just want everybody to remember that you can make healthy food choices even when you're eating out at your favorite fast food restaurant, okay? That there are foods that you can order to keep your portions under control, like a regular hamburger, a small fry, some apple slices, or maybe even a yogurt parfait. You can always increase your physical activity as well to help you burn off some of those extra calories and fat. Okay, and so with that being said, moving on to this week's healthy homework is to just basically choose smaller portions or healthier options the next time you eat at your favorite fast food restaurant. Okay, real simple, real easy. So yeah, just be thinking about those things when next time you go to, like I said, your fast food restaurant. Just try to choose a smaller portion or choose a healthier side. Okay. All right, well, that wraps up lesson 5, portion distortion, okay? Remember to stay healthy and stay safe, and I'll be back with another Lincoln lesson. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.